There are 13,000 cabs on the streets of New York, but there's only one that pays you back for 5 years of fantastic frugality. Climb into TSR's very own tiny cash cab, and I'll take you to a series of destinations that celebrate the Empire State without leaving home. So what do you say? You in? Welcome! Climb aboard the thrift store announced Cash Cab of Dreams, where we're celebrating our 5th anniversary by bringing the Big Apple home on a budget. And once you climb into our Cash Cab of Dreams, you better be ready to experience a morning show unlike any other on the radio. This is one of those reviews that just popped in at the last minute, but I felt like I should review anyway, because the woman at the center of this review is quite poppin' to millions of New Yorkers. In the city that never sleeps, after getting what little sleep you might have after a long day at work, your alarm might be set to the raging bull-like sounds of Elvis Duran and the morning show on Z100, being awoken to the cacophonous rooster calls of Elvis Duran and his crazy cast of comrades, including co-host Danielle Monaro. Tuned in on Z100's Danielle Monaro, how she stays healthy amidst a busy schedule as a radio personality, mom, and wife. To a Brit. All of that in this season's issue of Health U. It is their seasonal publication of the largest, most comprehensive health network in the state of New Jersey, Hackensack Meridian Health. This is definitely not a thrift store purchase, because this actually came with my mother's mail, so as soon as I'm done with this, I had to give this to her. And really, I don't read Health U from Hackensack Meridian Health. I belong to St. Joseph's Health, but that's another story. What's a typical day like for you? She explains a typical day heading to work at C100, her go-to meals and snacks to stay healthy. What does she do to stay active? And what she does in the summer to enjoy nice weather and still stay active and healthy. Danielle, being a thyroid cancer survivor, also disses how cancer impacted her health and what advice she would give to women prioritizing their health. We have here a couple of photos of a family life. This is her husband Shelton with their sons, both teens. This is Danielle behind the mic in her home, working for Elvis Duran in the morning show. And finally, this is Danielle with her Brit husband, Shelton. Yes, that tough chick from the Bronx who fell for a Brit. Why? Because of the accent, folks. Those Brits will make even the toughest chicks swoon. What's your secret?
They're doing Hamlet at the RSC.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, the accent. By the way, this is the 5th anniversary of the thrift store rundown, and I'd be insane not to make at least one Pretty Little Liars reference because we're going big this season. End of discussion. I have a little story to tell regarding Danielle and her impact on children. You see, I didn't listen to Elvis Duran in the morning show by choice. It was the radio station of record, one of two really, for one of the bus drivers during my early years of attending International High School here in Patterson and riding the morning school bus. This driver almost always listened to Elvis Duran in the morning show, and if not, she would listen to a Spanish radio station. But almost everyone in my school just absolutely wholeheartedly raved about Elvis Duran in the morning show. They didn't do it out loud on the bus, but inside, they were thinking, this is a radio station I could get behind, and these guys are quite relatable. So relatable, in fact, I remember one show very vividly. A mom called into the show saying that her 7-year-old son was about to turn 8 in a couple of weeks, and that her 8-year-old to be, and I quote, has a major crush on Danielle. In recognition of that, the 8-year-old got on the phone, the 8-year-old to be, and Elvis and Danielle, recognizing his little crush on the tough chick from the Bronx, because really, you can have a crush at any age, would be sending this little boy shirts from the show signed by Danielle herself. So good on for them all, right? Again, I didn't listen to the show by choice, but I just thought that was really cool that a 7-year-old who was about to turn 8 harbored some feelings for Danielle and was awarded with shirts from the show that she would sign herself. Say what you will about their raunchy performances in the morning, which makes Washington Week blush, or even the most raunchiest restaurant at closing time run and cow for their lives. But I have to say, their kindness towards kids is one of the more touching aspects about them all. I like Danielle a bit, but I'm actually kind of partial to Bethany Watson, and not just for her sexy, sultry Midwestern voice, but her the looks to go along with that voice. She's no longer a part of the team, Bethany. She is now pursuing acting, writing, and directing in New York, which is about as cutthroat as pursuing a professional sex job in LA, so good luck, Bethany. But it's working out for her. She's won a few awards for her work alongside her partner, Dennis. Professional partner, and I'm sorry to say this, personal partner. Sorry for you guys who were crushing on Bethany. That meaning her boyfriend. And as for Danielle, well, she's already spoken for. And while I can't speak for many Elvis Duran fans, I can speak for myself in saying that if I have not found this in Mother's mailbox, I would not have found it at the thrift shop. But no mention of New York can be made without at least one mention of Elvis Duran and that morning zoo, which is still wild after all these years. Which is why I'm giving this first and only issue of Health U on TSR 4.5 out of 5 claps. I'm tuned in to you, Danielle, in spirit. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you can make it here on a budget, you can make it anywhere. Even if you don't feel like the king of rock and roll, or in this case, the king of radio. That doesn't mean you have to spend as such, like such. I'll catch you on the thrift side.